Welcome to Women's Wellness Wednesday. I'm Kelly Gosh. I'm the nurse practitioner at Cox Medical Center, Branson. And today I thought we would kind of dive into the topic of incontinence. So a lot of women get really confused about this, and a lot of women don't talk to their providers because it's embarrassing, but it's something we deal with here all the time. So I thought we would just go through kind of the types of incontinence and see where you kind of fit into those categories. So there is stress incontinence, urge incontinence, and then believe it or not, you can have both, and we call that mixed incontinence. Stress incontinence is when you have trouble with cough, laugh, sneeze, exercise, hopping up and down, lifting something heavy, and then you have urine leakage at that time. Urge incontinence is when you feel like you have to go to the bathroom and you stand up out of your chair and you head to the bathroom, but for some strange reason your bladder actually empties before you can get yourself there. And so teasing those two apart is important because they're actually treated and handled in a different way. Stress incontinence is actually a weakness in the sling of muscles between your legs. We call that the pelvic floor. When that is weakened, and it can be weakened by age, childbirth, the type of work you do, whether it's really hard labor, things like that. There's all kinds of factors that play into that pelvic floor. If you're overweight, that can be compromising the pelvic floor as well. If that's a weakness, then when you do cough or you laugh, then you lose urine. So the way we treat stress incontinence is we try to take you and teach you how to re-strengthen those muscles. Urge incontinence is actually born a little higher. There's a muscle around the bladder called the detrusor muscle. When you have urge incontinence, they call that detrusor instability because that muscle will actually squeeze on your bladder without your permission, and then your bladder empties before you can get to the bathroom. So just teasing those apart, I thought today we would focus in on stress incontinence and kind of go from there. And like I said, so many women are not bringing this up to their providers. They actually feel like it's something they just have to deal with because they did have children, or it's just part of life, or even their mom told them it was part of life. And women will start wearing pads and doing all kinds of things, going to the bathroom multiple times, when traveling, doing all kinds of things just because they feel like they have to deal with it. We know for a fact that if a woman is devoted to the process, we can actually re-strengthen that pelvic floor, and women can have phenomenal results. They have to be very dedicated to it because it is, I can teach you how to do it, but then you have to go home and actually do the homework. This is just the pelvic bone. It shows the musculature of the sling of muscles between your legs, and these are the muscles we have to focus on in order to actually strengthen that sling. Most women have at some point in their life been told to do Kegels. Kegels are the exercises for the pelvic floor, but most women don't realize they're doing them wrong until we hook them up to our computer and we actually show them they're doing it wrong. And then we actually can show them by looking at the computer screen how to do them more properly. Biofeedback is done with a small sensor that is placed in the vagina and some electrodes that are put on your tummy. You actually get to watch the screen the whole time, and you can actually see what your pelvic floor is doing. We're also monitoring your stomach muscles because a lot of women compensate and their tummy muscles will kind of fire up for them. And when you do that, you lose the pelvic floor. Stress incontinence is something that we can deal with. We have had a great success here in the Women's Center for our patients that have come in and done their biofeedback sessions. And I would encourage you, if you're having these issues and you've never decided to talk to someone about it, to just bring it up and see if there's something that can help you.